get right into a topic that is both timely and vital. Responsible financing in the era of digitization. For this, we are joined by a visionary in fintech space, Mr. Kunal Shah. Mr. Kunal is the founder of Cred, a platform that has revolutionized how we manage credit in India, processing a significant portion of the country's credit card payments with over 14 million active users. With a background in philosophy and a passion for technology's role to economic well-being, he brings a very unique perspective to digital finance. Beyond his role at CRED, Mr. Kunal has advised several of India's leading organizations, including the Times of India Group and Pine Labs, and he has served as a chairman of the Internet and Mobile Association of India. He is deeply committed to championing India's economic potential on a global scale with a focus on leveraging technology for financial well-being, literacy, and wealth creation. Let's welcome, with a huge round of applause, Mr. Kunal Shah to the stage.
Good to see everyone over here. First of all, important question, how many of you use Cred? Okay, good 70-80% penetration, not bad. Okay, so we're going to talk about responsible financing, responsible credit, and it's an important topic that is sort of genesis of Cred. But I'll start with a personal story. I'm actually a product of irresponsible behavior on credit, personally. My family took some irresponsible credit decisions when I was in my teenage, which resulted in us selling all the things that we had, moved to a 100 square feet chawl with my mom, dad, and my younger brother, and had to start working from the age 14, 15. I was a part-time data entry operator and a part-time delivery boy. I had to drop out of my ambition to do science and join philosophy. So now I proudly say I'm a philosophy major, but it was not a choice that I had. I had to do that because while doing my job, the only course available from 7 to 9 a.m. was philosophy, so I took that. Zyada log padhte nahi philosophy. I think there is a lesson to that while I turned out to be okay, but I would say 99% of families never recover from these things. So while what we have done through some of these initiatives, thanks to Nandan and Pramod and multiple people, we've opened up the floodgates through DPI, UPI, many initiatives, including the Samati account aggregator framework. It has become more and more important to talk about responsible behavior about credit. And it's not just about responsible part on the lenders, it's also about the consumers and so on and so forth. We are dealing with multiple challenges as an ecosystem, and if we do not address it in a timely fashion, what we'll end up doing is putting more and more restrictions to innovation, more and more restrictions in accelerating the ecosystem, because imagining a Viksit Bharat without very powerful credit growth in the ecosystem is unimaginable. You can't be long on India and not be long on credit. They have to be assumed to be something that has to be done together. And it starts from very simple topics. Talking about financial literacy, right? We think of this as a very simple topic, but most affluent customers in India do not understand financial literacy to the basic points. When we started Cred, we interviewed credit card customers across the country and asked them, so what do you think is the interest rate on your credit card? Most customers said it is 15%, 1.5. It is far from reality. During COVID times, there was a moratorium that was announced, including for credit cards, and many customers thought it's a good idea to adopt for that. I mean, choose that option, without realizing that they'll be incurring 40-45% interest rates. Their credit score may not get impacted, but they were like, oh my God, I can pay 3 months later, koi baat nahi, baad mein deta hu bill, right? We also met some customers who were not paying their bills in full. we met somebody who was making, at that point of time in 2018, a 1.5 crore salary. We asked this person that, sir, you have not paid your credit card bill in full for the last 12 months. Why? And they're like, I pay, I don't have no late fees. I was like, sir, interest rate? Oh, that's why my bill is never getting over. And this is the state of 1.5 crore salary person. So assuming that affluence solves for financial literacy is a myth, and all of us have to remember that we are all in the business of trust. No matter what part you are playing in this ecosystem, facilitator, FIU, or this and that, doesn't matter what your label is, we are all in the business of creating trust in the system. And unless the consumers are going to not ultimately get financial progress through everything that we do, we might just benefit temporarily, but might cause the impact to the system in a very, very long run, right? We all have to imagine ourselves to be contributing to this cause to accelerate the country forward for 2 decades, 3 decades, but the core principles of that has to be around trust and transparency. The other thing that I have seen as a common thing is that when it comes to responsible behavior, it has become even more important that when credit is given, what is it used for? It is easy to say, it's not my business, and you can do whatever you want to do with it. But there is some clear data and evidence right now that shows that if it is used for speculative behavior, right, we are seeing signs of credit being, unsecured credit being used for, let's say, real money gaming or FNO. And it's easy to say, not my business, let's move on, but that is causing a huge amount of ripple effect on this, because those customers are having multiple X NPAs than you can imagine. And it's important that as a system we address this. Maybe it's time to report some of these speculative transactions as part of account aggregate. I'm putting BG in spot over here, but it may be an interesting thing to think about, because today there is no easy way to detect these behaviors, right? And therefore kind of underwrite customers differently. Talking about further steps away, like as fintech ecosystem is getting built, while you have to be really qualified and checked for fit and proper to become a bank, any of you can decide to become a fintech tomorrow and start participating in the ecosystem, right? The unique problem to that is that everybody wants to find a shortcut to become big, a shortcut to find making money, take some a gray area and do that. The issue of that is that each of these steps taken result in, let's say, ultimately getting over-regulated, which I don't think any regulator would want to do, but every time an irresponsible behavior is done by any one of us over here and taken a shortcut and abuse the system needs to get more stringent, which actually makes it anti-innovation in many ways, and we should be more responsible about that as well. When it comes to our role in building the ecosystem, it's not just that we make money, but we also kind of take active participation in educating the customers, doing versions of initiatives. So one of the things that we've done at Cred, 1% of Cred as our cap table is now Cred Foundation, which is dedicated towards financial literacy and fraud prevention. And we are kind of doing multiple initiatives, and not just to credit card customers, but across India to participate and improve these things. We are entering a world where AI will pose some very interesting challenges and threats on how it will be used in kind of defrauding the customers around different topics. And the consumer that is not very well versed with financial literacy of any type, we are going to have some serious challenges that we'll see. And all of us will have to take an active role to build systems that not only make our system stable, but actually the consumer feels upgraded. Because the weakest link right now is the consumer. If you study, I mean, I've been in payments for now 15, 16 years, the common pattern I see now is not, oh, my system had some leakage or some technology breakdown happen and somebody stole the database. It's usually the customer who decides to just give the OTP to everybody who calls, right? And this is something that we need to all kind of build solid systems around and think in a more innovative manner. When it comes to other responsible behavior is thinking about, are we kind of causing, let's say, an over-leveraged customer? It is easy to kind of give more and more loans to customers who thinks to be a solid customer, but every solid customer is like a little bit like health. You feed a healthy person and make them overeat, they will become unhealthy very quickly, right? And lending is one of the businesses. I remember Uday Kotak giving an analogy which was very pertinent, it stayed with me forever, is lending is one of those businesses that it just one person's bad behavior doesn't only impact that one person. It impacts the entire community. So he compared that to, let's say, a rice farmer, right? It says that in a case of when you're growing rice, if one person overwaters their field, it just does not impact their field, it impacts all the fields around that. Similarly, if a fintech or a lender or an RE decides to say, oh, I'm going to take riskier behavior with the customers, when the customer starts defaulting, it impacts the entire ecosystem who've also given the loans to these customers who had done all the underwriting correctly, but you decide to kind of go aggressive on these directions. Talking about usurious rates, I think it is very easy in our ecosystem to kind of create these confusing ways to charge the customer and kind of do some of these things. Ultimately, we create a situation where we end up causing a permanent damage to the customer, right? Some of them just don't recover from the system. If we create the next 20, 30, 50, 100 million customers to not have the ideal experience of credit, many of them will stop using this and make an impact to that. How many of you have stopped using credit cards over here? Like 30, 40 people already in this room. Now, it's like saying that I will not use knife in the kitchen because I got hurt once. Imagine your life without a knife in kitchen. What I'm saying is that this is where we need to kind of bring a lot of responsibility in our own products so that these experiences are not created. A couple of final points. When we are building for seamless access of data, data privacy, data protection becomes not just a regulatory step that you do, but a real responsibility you take, right? Any company can claim to be certified on everything, but if you ask any employee in that company, is the data really safe? Is privacy taken seriously? They'll tell you quickly. In India, you can easily predict which company is doing great on it or kind of just compliant on it. And being compliant is not the end state. The end state is to ensure that we are really responsible and every single person trusts. So one of the principles we follow at Cred is we do not launch a product to the external world till 80 to 90% of our team members use it first. And that is coming from a simple principle that we will never build a product at Cred that will not be for our given happily to our friends and family. Again, one of the things that we've learned from the best institutions is that there are many products that can make a lot of money. But if you do not have principles on how do you want to live, and many companies are not thinking about how will this outlast them. At Cred, we think a lot about that how do we build something that will outlast every single person who's alive today in the company. And it's a very hard choice because there are a lot of tempting opportunities to make money on many, many things that are happening in the world, right? Back in the day, it was very easy for our investors to say, oh my God, crypto kar lo, and you guys will make most money. They were right. We would have made a lot of money in that. The question is that we have to kind of think about what is right for the customer in the long run. There are many other speculative behaviors that are kind of growing right now. They are very tempting, they are unchecked, and it will cause a huge amount of damage till we all act really responsibly. So that's a limited point. I wanted to just talk about it a few times, but thank you so much for listening to me, and hopefully all of us will build a very robust and trusting ecosystem. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And like you said, you shared a very unique perspective, and I think it's very inspirational for younger generation to listen to your story. Calling upon Mr. B.G. Mahesh to give a little token of our appreciation for being with us today.